La 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 la.
I'm either leaving them free.
Use half of it and call it a day. I get it. You're done. What is this? Alright. Down the middle. Whoa. 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 Ah. Honestly, this needs to go. I don't even know why I have it. This is not all gonna fit, is it? I'm gonna have to like rearrange it or something. Okay, let's do like this. 4, 5. This maybe. Should I put the marinade on it though? Or should I not? I'm gonna do it. I'm scared.
Ooh, smells like food.
Yeah, there's food.
Smells good.
Alright, well, the food is ready.
Help. If you're like John Wick, that can help. The shit I'm talking about is like when you get angry over.
You need to understand that every day with tons of opportunities to win fortunes. All the action gets kicked off today. I get snagged because an opponent called an all-in was 10 high, means a back he's gonna have to get lucky to scoop the pot. I'm feeling okay with the way things have been going. I'm not totally expecting to win. The flop count, I'm willing to gamble more. I'm tossing a calling chip. It's good to see that we're not totally dominated. Rough hard against a 10-time bracelet winner with over 40 million in career tournament earnings. The river is the jack of clubs because they were delicious and I never see them around anymore now that I'm not 10. I'm for the first time, but I also want to win. Here's a list of everyone who's playing and what we bought in.
Oh my god. Okay, how much do I use? Okay, well, like, how are you supposed to, like... This is annoying. There's no, like... Okay, it's too huge. I can't hold it. Can I just cut this in half or something? I want to add more, but I really do not feel like adding more. Oh, I forgot black pepper. Whatever, just add it now. Some fried garlic.
I get called for 2-5 first. We open up a new table. I call to see if we can improve. The river is the 9 of spades, giving us the 6 card 100. Let's gamble. The button folds immediately. Get weak hands like better aces for small to medium pocket pairs that are beating us to jacks. We've got showdown value. Don't need to make this pot any bigger.
To you again.
Of 1 or 2 months, so they must have been produced. A banker with a chest full of gold coins and
I don't know where we are. I don't know where we are. Okay, how do I hook this up? Cable. Hello? I don't get it. It should be on. Okay, what if I plug it in and then plug it back in? Oh! What about the other one? Ah! I don't get it. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. I can only have one. Now, how do I connect the mouse? How to connect Logitech mouse to MacBook. Hold it. Oh, yes, sir. The mouse sensitivity is slow, though. How do I adjust it? Yo! I am in business. Wait, does the speaker work? Oh!
कि छोटे हनुमान पे एकदम छोटे इनको
why? Why do they drive? I guess
guess if I had to describe this feeling, it would be like I'm gonna read this year, okay? And this is the book you're gonna read next year. Okay. George R.R. Martin. This also just speaks to the power of habits because if you're
The Great European Driving Experiment. I think I'm on the wrong side of the road already.